This is the NBA, where the wildest and most unbelievable stories, from shocking stories to alleged rigged results, and even down to unbelievable records. These are the wildest stories you would really want to hear and witness in 2025. So, sit tight as we go through some of these moments, and just as a reminder, subscribe to our channel now if you haven't so that you won't miss our epic NBA stories. Let's get in on some mind-blowing stories, starting with something that's on everyone's mind. NBA's boldest move yet, Europe's first NBA league. The NBA might not just be an American league for much longer. Commissioner Adam Silver confirmed talks about a new NBA-backed league in Europe. But what is the plan? A 16-team league with 12 permanent franchises and 4 spots open every year through tournaments. Some say it could start as soon as 2027. Big-time soccer club owners like those from PSG and Manchester City are already involved.
Potential to include existing clubs. Absolutely, should there be interest, the opportunity to create sustainable competition.
But the NBA isn't rushing. Silver made it clear. They're in it for the long haul, making sure everything is set before they go all in. One big question, who plays? Could NBA stars sign short-term deals to play in Europe? Would EuroLeague players make the switch? And what about young players? Would this league give them a straight path to the NBA, skipping college or the G League? Some think this could change everything, becoming a real training ground for the next generation. What does this mean for the EuroLeague, and how will it change the game? One thing's clear, the NBA's expansion isn't slowing down. Luka Dončić for Anthony Davis, the trade no one expected. Some trades catch you off guard, but Luka Dončić and Anthony Davis switching teams, that was a shock. No one expected that. Just days before the February 6, 2025 trade deadline, the Dallas Mavericks and LA Lakers made a move that shook the league. Mid-season, the Lakers and Mavericks made one of the biggest deals in history. This wasn't just any trade. It was the first time 2 reigning All-NBA players were swapped mid-season. Deals like this don't happen without a big reason. So, what led to this? The Mavericks sent Luka Dončić, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris to the Lakers. The Lakers sent Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick to the Mavericks. 2 stars with completely different strengths. 2 teams chasing one goal, a title. Dallas needed defense, so they grabbed Davis. The Lakers, they wanted a new franchise star, and Dončić was the answer. Fans were split. Analysts scrambled to break it down. And Mavericks supporters, let's just say, many of them weren't happy. But did it pay off? That's the big question. The Lakers wanted an offense built around Dončić. His scoring and playmaking could take them to a new era. But losing Davis left a hole in their defense that wouldn't be easy to fill. For Dallas, this was about survival. Defense had been a problem for years, and adding Davis showed they were ready to change that. Pairing him with Kyrie Irving, a huge risk. If it worked, they could dominate. If it didn't, they'd be in trouble for years. So, who won the trade? Right now, no one knows. But one thing is clear, people will talk about it for years. For now, all we can do is watch. One thing's certain, the NBA just got a lot more exciting. LeBron James at 40, still making history. Turning 40 is when most players slow down. LeBron James, he just kept making history. LeBron isn't just setting records, he's showing that limits don't apply to him. This season proved that again. Every time it seemed like he'd done it all, he did more. Let's talk about the moments that made the 2024-25 season another piece of his legacy. That night against the Sacramento Kings at Golden One Center, he played his 57,447th regular season minute, passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the most in league history. The Lakers beat the Kings 113-100. A few days later, January 3, 2025, he added another mark to his name. This time, it was all about scoring. Against the Atlanta Hawks at State Farm Arena, LeBron knocked down an 18-foot jumper in the fourth quarter, sealing his 563rd career 30-point game. But he wasn't finished. March 3, 2025, brought another milestone, and this one proved just how long he's been winning. A victory over the Clippers at Crypto.com Arena made him one of the few players ever to reach 1,000 regular season wins, an impact few will ever match. And then the big one, the kind of record that defines a career. March 4th, 2025, against the New Orleans Pelicans at Smoothie King Center, LeBron did what no one else has done. 50,000 combined points across regular season and playoff games, the first and only. It wasn't just another record, it was proof of what he's built. At this point, it's not about the GOAT debate, it's about how he's still doing this. Steph Curry hits 4,000 threes, a record no one will catch. How do you define greatness? For Steph Curry, it's simple. He hit 4,000 career three-pointers, something no one else has ever done. As if that wasn't enough, he also joined the 25,000-point club. That's what Steph Curry did in March 2025, hitting 2 major milestones like it was just another day. The 25,000th point, it happened March 8th in front of a packed crowd at the Chase Center. It came in the third quarter against the Detroit Pistons, one of those classic Curry threes that barely moved the net. The place exploded. A few minutes later, during a timeout, the crowd gave him a standing ovation. Curry, always calm, just said, quote, "It shows the work and time put in every day. I'm lucky to still be playing at a high level." Because 5 days later, on March 13th, Curry did it again. This time it was all about the three-pointer, the shot that changed basketball forever. With one flick of the wrist in the third quarter against the Sacramento Kings, he became the first player ever to reach the 4,000 career threes mark. Another wild reaction from the Chase Center crowd. Another record that felt like it was always coming, but still amazing to see. The Warriors didn't just win, they dominated, rolling to a 130-104 victory. But it's not just the numbers. Every shot reminds everyone why he's the most dangerous shooter the game has seen. And even after all these years, defenses still can't stop him. Nikola Jokic's unreal 30-20-20 game. A 30-20-20 stat line sounds like something from a video game, but Nikola Jokic did it for real. One night in March, he dropped at least 30 points, 20 rebounds, and 20 assists in a single game. No center had ever done it before. From the start, it was clear he was locked in. Jokic ran the floor like a maestro, setting up teammates, pulling down rebounds, and scoring with ease. Then came the moment, the play that had the whole arena buzzing. And this wasn't just about putting up numbers. The game mattered for the Nuggets. The win pushed them up in the league standing, and let's be real, games like this don't just look good on paper, they make MVP cases. Fans couldn't stop talking about it. Once again, Jokic reminded everyone he's not just great, he's setting the new standard for what a center can be. At this point, is there anything he can't do? Victor Wembanyama's health scare that stopped the NBA. Victor Wembanyama had the league's attention until a sudden health problem changed everything. Doctors found deep vein thrombosis in his right shoulder. A blood clot forming in a deep vein is serious, which resulted in surgery, and for an athlete at his level, the news hit hard in the basketball world. At first, no one knew what was going on. Had he been dealing with this for a while? Did he feel something was off? Or was it found during a routine checkup? Either way, the Spurs medical team didn't waste time. The team hasn't shared a lot, but people close to the situation say the surgery went well and Wembanyama is recovering.
And the reason that he might be okay, if that's what he has, is that's a mechanical reason. It's not a blood reason.
Still, one question won't go away. When will he be back? The Spurs haven't given a date, but they're not rushing him either. The belief is he'll be ready for the 2025-26 season, but they'll only let him play when he's completely ready. But it was a reminder, no matter how talented a player is, nothing is guaranteed. LeBron James adds fuel to the 2003 draft conspiracy. People have whispered for years that the 2003 NBA draft, the one that sent LeBron to Cleveland, was rigged. No one expected LeBron himself to bring it up. In a recent interview, he said something that got everyone talking.
Listen, man, during the ball drop, during the lottery drop, Cleveland got the number 1 pick. I just don't think that was...
When his famous draft came up, he leaned in with a smirk. Quote, "I mean, come on, man. Cleveland gets the hometown kid. You don't think that was planned just a little bit?" And just like that, the conversation exploded. Fans debated, analysts broke it down, and conspiracy theorists ran with it. People have questioned the 2003 draft for years, but hearing it from LeBron himself, that took it to another level. The Cavaliers only had little odds of getting the top pick, and they ended up with a superstar who grew up in Akron, Ohio. Was it luck? And LeBron isn't the first legend to question how things work. Larry Bird once called out the process. raising concerns about a certain draft pick, adding more fuel to the fire. The NBA has always insisted the lottery is fair and untouched, but LeBron's words kept the doubts alive. If it's true, what does that mean for NBA history? And if LeBron really believes this, why say it now? Devin Booker becomes the Suns' all-time leading scorer. Devin Booker has carried the Phoenix Suns for years, but on February 3, 2025, he did something no Sun has ever done before. With the Footprint Center crowd buzzing in anticipation, Booker took the court knowing history was within reach. He became their greatest scorer ever, passing Walter Davis. Walter Davis had been the gold standard for Suns scorers since 1988, finishing his career in Phoenix with 15,666 points. The scary part? He reached the milestone in fewer number games, proving just how dominant and consistent he had been since arriving in 2015. It wasn't just a record, it was a moment that proved his loyalty through the team's highs and lows. And knowing Booker, he's nowhere near done. The game that redefined three-point shooting. Three-pointers have changed basketball, but these players took it to another level. I mean, something was different at TD Garden on March 5th, 2025. The energy was electric, the crowd could feel it, and the shots kept falling. From the first play, it was clear. Boston's backcourt was locked in, and the Indiana Pacers had no answer. Peyton Pritchard and Derek White weren't just hitting shots, they couldn't miss. Pritchard stepped into deep threes like it was nothing, and White let it fly without hesitation. It wasn't just a good shooting night, it was history. By the time the dust settled, Boston's Peyton Pritchard and Derek White both hit 9 threes in the same game. No duo had ever done that before. When the final buzzer sounded, Pritchard had 31 points on 9 of 13 from deep, while White finished with 34 points, going 10 from 15 from 3. The Celtics ran away with a 132-108 win, their 5th straight. 20 years ago, this would have been unheard of. Now, it's just another night in today's NBA. Kevin Durant joins the 30,000-point club. It was bound to happen. Kevin Durant has been unstoppable since day one. And on February 11th, 2025, he proved it again, becoming only the 8th player ever to hit the 30,000 career point mark. But it wasn't just a number, it was about everything that led to it and what it meant for his place in the game. Brooklyn was electric that night. The Nets were battling the Miami Heat, a team that never gives up easy shots. Midway through the third quarter, the Barclays Center held its breath. Durant squared up against Jimmy Butler, a defender who loves to make things tough. But Durant was ready. One dribble, quick release, and the ball hit nothing but net. 30,000. That puts him in an elite group with Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Kobe, Dirk, Wilt, and Malone. And with time left in his career, how much higher will he climb? And yes, those were some giant moments, right? But now it's your turn to tell us what you think. So which of these moments did you really enjoy? Let us know in the comments section. Don't forget to show this video some love by hitting that like button, and don't miss our epic stories. Subscribe.